UN Security Council, otherwise known as the We Won World War II Club. Its 5 permanent members are support to act as arbiters for international disputes. As a result of their great clout in international affairs. But it's raised a question: who picked them then, who decided who got a permanent seat and who didn't? Well, to begin, after World War II, the world was in a bit of mess. Global power was diminished. Empire were crumbling and a new conflict was beginning to take shape. The victorious power of war were hoping to never repeat the same mistake again, and to do this they created a board of international great power to discuss, arbitrate and vote on resolution to conflict between countries before they became wars. This board was the UN Security Council. And unlike the failed League of Nations before it, the people who came up with the idea were bored on this time. On early 1945, the original plan for new Security Council was it would only have 4 members. They were the USA, the USSR, the UK, and the Republic of China. And it won't surprise you that those members largely picked themselves, and whose participation in the new United Nations were necessary if it was going to work. Now for the USA and China. This arrangement worked fine, but for the USSR and Britain, there were some issues that needed to be worked out. For the USSR, they saw the new council as being dominated by the US and its allies and saw it as anti-communist farce. They wanted another nation in the council that would say no to the US, otherwise there was little point in any of it. And in response the US did several things to alleviate the US's concern, as a compromise of membership. The US offered to appoint Brazil as 5th member, which the USSR refused to agree, because they saw them as being too closely aligned with the West. Also, Brazil didn't want to join, so it was a moot point. As for Britain, it had several issues with current makeup of the Security Council. Its main problem was that is Western Europe only member of the Security Council. It looked like its defense would be Britain's responsibility, which Britain didn't want, because 1, that sounded expensive, and 2, British political and public opinion of Europe street the point was. Largely it was something that dragged them into wars. And such as Churchill push for a 5th member, France. The reason was that France wanted a major voice in international relations and would happily do the things that Britain didn't feel like. The USA agreed with this pick as well, since France was one nation happy to say no to the United States. Thus UN permanent members was selected. After that, the members of the Security Council changed 2 more times in 1971 and 1991.